Howdy folks, TJ here. Time again to open this little envelope from overseas. Not quite sure if you guys enjoy the videos I make on these, but I've started from the very first issue, and I figured I'd continue on. If nothing else, it's a little time for you and I to kind of sit down together, chat about Sinclair a little bit, Crash magazine that's in here. Some may just enjoy that I kind of give a quick synopsis as I thumb through the magazine on, hey, maybe I need to get that issue if you're already not a subscriber. But mostly it's, hey, if you're not subscribing to this already, I have nothing to do with it. I don't make a penny off of it. I just enjoy supporting Sinclair folks as much as I can. And I think a magazine, in my opinion, is still one of the bee's knees on computing. I used to love getting magazines back in the day. I continue liking getting magazines like this today. I know my wife collects all sorts of stuff, and she gets magazines for her own things. Right now, I have subscriptions to no magazines at all, other than this one. It's special to me, so let's open it up, see what's in this particular issue. And like past, I've always hoped that a $100 bill falls out of here. I don't think Chris watches my videos because I never see a $100 bill in here. No, not another one. No $100 bill. Even if it's a pound or a pence or whatever you guys call it over there. Stick one in there. Send TJ a penny. Or what's a penny over there? Is it a pence? I have no idea. I've never explored it. But we're going to talk about Crash magazine. Still fun, still challenging, still important. And here's the front cover. I'll hold it in a few different angles. And I feel like I'm about to sneeze, so if I'm touching my nose, I may be picking a little bit. You never know, but oh, my allergies are about to really kick in. I can sense it. So the front cover, oh, whew. Okay, Crash Micro Action, Fusion Retro Publication, number 7, January 2022, $3.99 for the price. Still the best Spectrum magazine in the world. I think that says it on every issue. The latest games reviewed, screens by Simon Butler, ZX Spectrum next. The latest news and reviews, plus Lloyd Manogram's forum is back. Snowed Under, Hollowed Knight, Lava DuckTales, Black Sea, and more. Spectrum Adventure Trail with Colin Bell in digital and print for Spectrum enthusiasts. Signed by Oliver Frey. Thinking of Oliver Frey, I just saw a picture of, I think it was him, and I'm trying to remember, Roger maybe, and also Chris, or Chris was taking the picture, of him visiting them, and Oliver was signing, I guess, prints or something, and I've only been in the Speccy world for relatively a short time, and I even kind of know who these guys are, but they're kind of royalty in a way, and I'm sure they probably don't want to be called royalty, but when you have a backlog of stuff that you did back in the day for these, you become a rock star. You know, that's the way it goes. So it was a cool picture to see them of that. And so let's read Crash a little bit. So I'll open the front cover, and I always kind of show a somewhat close-up of this, not like you can read it. And I don't show you and I don't read to you articles or any of that because I think it's important for you to support the cause. So get on the list. It's on Patreon. So if you support their Patreon, there's certain perks, and one of them is getting this if you pay for the right perks. So I definitely do that. So Crash, let's cover. So features, cover crackers. We continue to celebrate the covers of Spectrum games past. That's a pretty normal feature. Crash investigates the nemesis that is Nemesis. Martin Carroll interviews Steve Lockley. Crash Back, issue 7 of Crash. Paul Davies looks back at the contents of Crash magazines from 1984. Then you've got articles by Simon Butler, Screens. Great Gianna Mystery. Ian Osborne looks back at the infamy of this game and where did the Spectrum version go? Great Gianna Mystery. Now, I've never played Gianna Sisters, is it called? I've never played that game. And I always see it advertised on the Amiga groups, but I'm not that familiar with it, to tell you the truth. Music review, the brand new album by Rich Hollins is put into eardrum test. So cool. Regulars, editorial, Crashback, Nick Roberts' playing tips, adventure trail, Lloyd Manogram's forum, previews, and sign-offs. So your normal table of contents with a little bit of what you're in store for. So then we open the next page, and I normally like to also... Oh, there's the phone! I gotta get the phone! I'm gonna stop this recording. Let me see who it's called first. Oh, that's a junk call. I can tell it's a junk call by looking at the area code. Those bastards. I don't want to buy anything. I don't want car insurance. I don't want my warranty is expired on my car, you bastards. Okay, so here is the editorial page. And I'm going to cough behind the booklet here. Hopefully a couple angles show it without too much glare. And so, I do like to, and there's a picture... I didn't really explain the picture on the front cover, so it looks like a young lad with a soda pop with a straw in it. Now, when's the last time you put a straw in a soda pop, or even call it soda pop can? Oh boy, that's been a long time. And maybe when I was a little kid and I couldn't drink for myself, but as I get older with this big old mustache I have and beard, have you ever been drinking out of an aluminum can and it grabs one of your hairs and you pull it down and it goes... Pink. Oh, it hurts like hell and your eyes water for hours. See, that's why you watch these videos, because not only do I talk about the magazine, I go back in time. So the front guy, a young lad in a beach chair with an umbrella on top with the specky colors, with a little gremlin and little foo-foo. They look like the things from Star Trek. What are those little schnit things called? Weebles, wobbles, oh hell. Truffles, truffles. Truffles. No, you eat truffles. The turtles, I don't know. It was something with a T. And they're on a beach, and it looks like, probably from a game of some kind, or just a young lad playing video games. He's got a joystick in his hand, too, so that's cool. So... I do like to, here, I like reading part of the editorial. Well, here we are in December with storms battering the UK landscape. Windows are rattling and milk bottles are clattering on the front doorstep. You still have milk delivered there? I find that a little hard to believe, but if it is, that's bitchin', because we don't get diddly squat delivered out where I live, because I live out in the country, and if somebody comes driving up my driveway... Even though I own a gun, I don't shoot guns, but you never know, you might have a gun pointed at you. If you look strange, that is. So, clattering milk bottles in front doorstep. We have already had snow, and the kids have made snowmen and battered each other at snowball fights. Thank goodness for the wood burner and the double glazing, I say. If only we had these back in Wales when I was growing up, I am sure I would have been less poorly. We'll stop there. So he talks about, obviously, this magazine, about the cover that he's chatting about, and then you'll see that over here, and I did not get this game. I may still try to purchase it if it's available. December, November, December, January, actually every month of the year, it's a little tight pinch for me over here, and we're getting close to tax time here, so having an extra 20 some odd bucks or whatever, and 30 bucks, 40 bucks. Some of these games buying from overseas and getting them shipped to the United States is terribly expensive. So I got to just watch what I spend my money on. But it looked like a fun game. It was snowed under, and supposedly it did quite well for the selling of it, and they donated the monies, I guess. I'll read this later, but I'm pretty sure most, if not all, of the money was donated to good cause. So that's a great thing. And so that was the Inside Crash editorial area. Now on to Doom Pit. So it shows a picture of a dragon. Oh, this looks good. I also like to read this, and I give you guys hints, maybe, of games that you should try playing on your Speccy. Now, I'm not a super-duper gamer in terms of all this modern stuff, but you see I play games, mostly my Sinclair Society Facebook group. I like having as often as I can, often once a week. Sometimes it stretches out a little bit if I'm too busy, but a game of the week, and I like using this to give me ideas of games that I can play with you all through the Facebook group. If you're not a part of my Facebook group, join. Now just go type in Sinclair Society on Facebook, and I'm sure you'll find us. But this looks fun. It looks like a big old dragon. That's not no little UDG coming out of their graphics. That's a big-ass dragon. That looks pretty bitchin'. So, cool. That looks like a fun game, and one that's probably right up my alley, and it gets a good overall score. So that's cool. Black Sea Treasures. Oh, this looks fun, too. Didn't get quite as good a score as the other game that I just mentioned, but anytime there's... This doesn't look like a game that you're playing under the sea, per se, but I love those sea diving kind of games where you're going down and have to go up to get air and go back down, and you can't let stuff cut into your umbilical cord or air-breathing cord, or you die, because you need the air down there. So I like those kind of games. And then it talks about DuckTales. Never played it. But it shows some pictures of it, and it looks... You know, these are the games that I probably don't typically do that great on. Really big exploration games, although I do like them, and they do grab on to me. I kind of like puzzler games, and then just general arcade games like Pac-Man and Dig Dug and stuff like that. So that looks interesting. DuckTales. Hollowed Knight. This looks like another adventure kind of, you know, game where you're sent off. You know, that's a pretty common thing. You got your adventure games, you got your text adventure games, you got your arcadey games. Lava. That looks like another one. Going on a big adventure. And some of these scores, let's see, I didn't... Normally I kind of point out sometimes the score. You know, so far I see some C scores in here. 1A. Sometimes their criticisms are a little bit different. Like I said, if you've ever watched my videos, if it doesn't crash when you load it, you've already got at least a D because you tried to make a game and it ran. Then from up you get C, B, and A depending on the level and quality of the game. But I give you at least a D as long as the game doesn't crash upon boot. D minus if it runs, but it's really horrid. And I've had some of those games that I've played. Crash Back Review. So it looks like it's crashing back in time to older time. I'm not going to show anything on this page, although there is an advertisement. Playing yesterday's games today. Gentlemen's Pixel Club. I know this guy. So I actually recently friended him on YouTube and subscribe to his channel. Do so if you haven't. He's got a really fun Speccy and also other arcadey games. He did join the Sinclair Society Facebook group also, and he seems to be a nice lad. He actually reviewed the TJ's Cavern Capers that Gaz Marshall made, and he played it, and he said some nice things about me, so thank you, if you're watching this video. I don't know if you do or not. You know, this is just TJ looking through a dang magazine, but Screens by Simon Butler. Good luck today, Simon Butler, by the way. If you watch this video later, which you probably won't, but you are going out today to do something, 2 things, or in the next day or 2. Congratulations, and hopefully it works out for you. I won't say what it is. No, he's not going playing badminton. He's not going to play golf. It could be something to do with graphics, though. You never know. Or beer drinking. Okay, Simon, so show some pictures. Hey, this one looks like a little Sheltie. I love those little Shelties. They're actually fun little dogs. Seen some of those at the dog park. Some neat graphics in here. Love old graphics. Love old... you know, you don't have to be humanly proportionate on everything that you draw. Pixelation is fun. And just, if you can pick something out of a few pixels and be able to understand it, that seems really cool to me. You don't have to draw a human face exactly as it is. There's some imperfections, and sometimes you can see through those imperfections, if that makes sense. Oh. Okay, so Screens by Simon Butler. I'm just going to say Nick Roberts this time. Oh, I can't. I gotta do it, Nick Roberts. Nick Roberts. I can't help it, Nick. I'm so sorry. You probably hate my guts. I'm sorry, but every time I see that extra S on the end, it makes me want to say that. But you look like a wonderful lad, and you've got some Saber Wolf hints. I've got that game, and I think I briefly turned it on to make sure it works, but I've never pillaged and worked it. Maybe with your tips, I will try it. So here's Nick Roberts. See how I said it right that time? I'm going to leave it at that. Oh, it's so hard for me to do, though. Okay, we'll go on. Manic Miner MP, Head Over Heels, Pokes. That Head Over Heels game, I tried that. It was hard. Took me a while to figure out that you changed characters, the heads and bodies or whatever, and you could go over there. And yeah, that was a neat idea, but I don't think I did great at that game. Playing Tips, DuckTales, Webby to the Rescue, Shovel Adventure. Ooh, this looks fun. You got anything with mummies and Tutankhamun and is always okay in my book, so I'm going to have to explore that. Then there's a picture, Dundalak. Hey, I just recently played that. Dundalak. I just like doing that because it sounds like a Klingon. So celebrating the wonderful map painted by Ollie Frey here in Dundalak from September 1985. Man, you make some cool shit. That means you made some wonderful art. Or do I say shite? But shite's bad. But over here, shit's bad, shite's bad. But you make good shit, man. It could be good, too. Especially when you're smoking it in the 1960s and 70s. It's good shit, man. Oh, I'm sorry for making this webcast. Well, it's not a webcast. It's just a video. But yeah, I'm going a little... I've been drinking a little bit. No, I haven't. I got some... Actually, I had kidney stones, about 10 of them in my life, so I tried to drink cranberry juice. When you get old, you got to do these things. More fiber? I don't know if that really helps or not. Tastes okay. Retro Heaven, so advertisement, and then Adventure Trail. New Saboteur game makes the jump from action platformer to graphic text adventure. So that looks fun. Hopefully not everything's just a shiny glare. So we're halfway through, folks. These videos normally go long. Crisis at Christmas. Oh, I should have known about this for Christmas time. I love playing Christmas games for the Facebook group Sinclair Society when it's Christmas time. I just spit all over my book. So that looks interesting. We're launching 6-in-1, an offer you can't refuse. Survive a crisis at Christmas. That looks like a fun homemade cassette inlay. I love those. Yeah, I've made those in my time. Cassette tapes, recording off the radio, drawing in the text and little pictures and stuff. Kids don't know that quality of life we had back then. Nowadays, you buy everything digitally and it's all right there on your phone. A Spell of Christmas Ice, another thing. Wow, there's all sorts of Christmas going on here. But it's after Christmas. See, this should have came out before Christmas, so I could have enjoyed it for Christmas, right? That's what was a little confusing, but this is January issue, so. A Spell of Christmas Ice. Then a Crash 1988, Where Time Stood Still. Frightmare Cascade. Love these old games, old pictures. Knight Raider Gremlin Graphics, Cybernoid Houston, Heroes Lance US Gold, the Cape Crusader Ocean. So lots of games from that time period. Oh, but I got to show this up. Oh, this is an awesome picture. Is this another Oliver Frey? I'm trying to look to see if your name's written on here someplace. I'm kind of blind, though. I'm not seeing it, but this looks like a fun desktop. Does anybody have a desk here that looks like this? I'm liking it. So it's a little dark. It's got some cassette loading jimmying going on with a picture of an alien in the middle. Alien creature of some kind. And it's on a TV. It's got the Speccy with, and I've never connected to my Speccy yet. On my QL I have them, but micro cartridges. I don't have a micro drive for my Speccy. I don't even own a Speccy 1648. I went right to a Plus. So I still need to get one of those for my collection. It's got the printer, tape player, and it's got some games. It looks like Jetpack flying around, the reading on a little magazine. So good old-timey, gamey picture. Love it. Looks great. Lord Manogram's Forum, The Black Hole, The Final Frontier, the Show Me the Money, and, sorry, that's Lloyd Manogram Forum. So it's got a forum here. Not the forum like you go join and yad about. These days, forums are kind of unfortunately dying the way of the dodo, but I prefer forums because you can actually have a searchability much better than Facebook. Facebook is all about the instant gratification, which is great for some things. Other things, forums, I like still visiting, chatting about, and getting more into the nitty-gritty, because trying to find that crap in Facebook is just not as fun, and I don't think it's productive. That's my opinion. Crash Nemesis, the final challenge. Konami Nemesis. Never played this. It looks like a Defender kind of game. That looks like a fun idea for a future Game of the Week. Nemesis. And continued, looks a little R-typey actually to me too. A little R-typey in there. And I got to pick my ear. I got an itchy ear. So this was, is this the interview? When there is something that does not quite make sense in the world of ZX Spectrum, Martin Carroll goes looking for answers. Cool. All right. And then, let's see. Treasure Hunters. Aye, Treasure Hunters. This looks like the new Speccy Next game, which I do not own. I should. But again, money is kind of hard to come by some days, so I've had to choose my battles. Crash. Great Gianna Sisters Mystery. There's Gianna. Crashing into SU, the Gianna Sisters. Any of you guys date the Gianna Sisters? Oh, boy. Whew. Okay, let's go on to next here. Not the Speccy Next, but they are awesome. Gianna Sisters, looks like it was made for a lot of platforms. Zap review folder. I don't know if that's even part of the... It looks like it's still part of the Gianna Sisters story, so I'll leave it at that. And that's one long story, the Great Gianna Sisters. Wow, it's got multi-page. So if you're into Gianna Sisters, this issue is for you. ZXR, the complete archive of ZX Spectrum culture and art. ZXArt.ee. I've never heard of .ee before. What's EE? European ecosystem? European eatery? I've never heard of that .ee. Snowed Under. Awesome. So this is that game that we just mentioned before, so they've got a story about it. Looks very fun and festive and Christmas-like. Is there 25 levels like for 25 Days of Christmas? If it is, that's what it looks like from this picture. That's a nifty idea. I like that. And then there's Mech War. Just like I would like a game for the 3 Ghosts of Christmas Past. You have 3 intensely hellish levels and then just die. Or come back to life and have a happy Scroogey life or whatever. All right, Mech Wars Arena. Wow, that game looks pretty cool. Kind of a pseudo 3D, 2D and a half, whatever you call it. That looks interesting. I'll have to peruse that. Got an okay grade. Crash Back, Crash issue number 7. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. Stumbled. As it is issue number 7 of Crash Micro Action, it means Paul Davies looks back at the original issue 7 of Crash Magazine. That's what it's all about. All right, Magra, Full Throttle, Microgen, Automania. I played the Automania before. That was fun. Jet Set Willie. Oh, I don't do good at Jet Set Willie. Spectrum Music Review, collated by Gordon King. And this is really cool. So I think this is about the Rich Hollins. I'm burping up my red juice over here. Rich Hollins. He did the Beeper tune. Is it this game? No, it's not one of those games. He did the Beeper tune in a game that I own. Is it the sewer one? The hair one? It's one of them, and it's really like, it sounds like AY music, but from Beeper music. It's like tremendously awesome. This guy really talented. So this is a story about him. And then preview, we're getting to the end here. So preview, Gerbert, Groundhog, Save the Day, or Save the Date, Goblin, Mech Wars Centipedes, and Heretic. One more page, I think, or 2 more pages. Bye-bye 2021. And here's a nice picture of Chris, Roger, and Oliver. Seem to be all nice fellows. And Crash Annual 2022. and an advertisement, and the back about the Rubber Keyed Wonder. Now this one I did support. I did do the Kickstarter, and I can't wait until, does it come out next year? The Kickstarter was this year, right? No, it was last year. Does it come out this year or 2023? I'm thinking 2023. I forget. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed some of my innuendos, some of the way that I tackle these extraordinary hard issues that we really need to know about. Thanks for watching the video. Have a great rest of your day. Subscribe if you haven't to this wonderful magazine. I'll put a link down below to the group, the Patreon that supports this magazine. Bye.